Hello everyone. Today I am going to discuss about the cardiovascular system part 1. In this system I will discuss about the structure of the human heart. So the contents we are going to discuss about are positions of the human heart in our body, the layers, then the chambers, then the valves, blood vessels and the blood circulation through the heart. So what is the position of the heart? Look, human heart lies in the front. So this is the front and the middle of the chest and slightly to the left side of the breastbone. So these bones are known as the breastbone and this is the left side of the body. So the heart is situated front and middle of the chest and slightly left side of the breastbone. So this is a pumping human heart. So it is considered as one of the most important organs of the body. Why? Because without this heart, we are not going to get enough blood to distribute all throughout our body. And without the blood, the organs and different parts of our body are not going to get enough amount of oxygen and nutrients, and they cannot work properly. So it is also called as the center of the circulatory system, central part of the circulatory system. So the heart is composed of three layers. The outermost layer is called the epicardium, which is the thin layer, and the innermost one is the endocardium, that is also the thin layer. But the middle layer, which is the myocardium, that is the thick middle layer. Now, why it is thick? Because most amount of cardiac muscle are present here. So for that reason, the middle layer of the human heart is the thickest layer of all the other layers of the human heart. Now, regarding the different chambers of the heart, we can see that there are left atrium, left ventricle, right atrium and right ventricle. This left atrium and left ventricle are separated. The right atrium and the right ventricle are also separated. This left side of the heart, they actually contains the oxygenated blood. You can see this red part. So oxygenated blood means the red one, and the right part of the heart, that is the right atrium and the right ventricle, they actually contain the deoxygenated blood which is collected from various parts of our body. So the chambers of the heart are four: left atrium, right atrium, left ventricle and right ventricle. Now regarding the valves of the heart, we can see that there are four valves. So this is the right atrium and the right ventricle. Just at the junction of the right atrium and the right ventricle, there is tricuspid valve. And at the junction of the left atrium and the left ventricle, there is mitral valve. This mitral valve is also known as bicuspid valve. So here is bicuspid valve and here is tricuspid valve. With the help of the valve, the two chambers are separated from each other. That is, the left atrium is separated from the left ventricle by the mitral valve. The right atrium is separated from the right ventricle by the tricuspid valve. Now, there are also valves in the opening of the blood vessels. This is the pulmonary artery. This pulmonary artery opening also have a valve, this curved one, which is called the pulmonary valve. And this aorta, it also has a valve which is called the aortic valve. Now this pulmonary valve and the aortic valve are collectively known as semilunar valves, whereas this tricuspid and the bicuspid valves are known as atrioventricular valves because it separates the atrium from the ventricle. Regarding the blood vessels of the heart, there are main four blood vessels present in the heart. So this one is superior vena cava, this one is inferior vena cava. Superior vena cava brings deoxygenated blood from the upper part and the inferior vena cava from the lower part, and they fills the right atrium. From this right atrium, the deoxygenated blood enters into the right ventricle, and from the right ventricle, this deoxygenated blood enters into the pulmonary artery and directly goes to the lungs, right and the left lungs, for purification of the blood. Because before recirculating the blood should be purified. That means the deoxygenated blood should be transformed into oxygenated blood. Now the oxygenated blood enters into the left atrium with the help of the pulmonary vein. You can see there are two pulmonary veins. Blood enters into the left atrium. From there it goes to the left ventricle, and from the left ventricle, with the help of the aorta, it is distributed all throughout the body. So the main blood vessels of the heart are superior vena cava, inferior vena cava, pulmonary vein and pulmonary artery. Now the circulation of blood through the heart, we can see here is an animation given. So blood enters from different part here. This is the right atrium. From there to the right ventricle, from there through the pulmonary artery it goes to the lungs, and through the pulmonary veins fresh blood enters into the atrium. From there goes to the ventricle, and from there goes to the aorta and distributed all throughout the body. So this is how the blood circulates in our body. Now it's a time to taste yourself. There are few questions given which you have to give answer, and you can check it from the video that whether you have answered right or not. Good luck for that. So thank you very much for your patient listening. Don't forget to subscribe my channel for more educational videos, and this cardiovascular system will be continued to part 2, where I will discuss about some other aspects of the cardiovascular system. So long, bye bye.